Hi, I'm Kath Megaw. I'm a Paediatric Dietitian, and I've partnered with PediaSure to bring you this very exciting series on picky eating. Over the vlogs, we have covered so many wonderful topics, and we really hope you have found them useful. And you can go back and watch them and really just take the ones that you find extremely important for your situation. So today's topic is about making the food journey fun. And for those of us with picky eaters, we know that's definitely not the narrative, because supper meal times is probably wrought with anxiety, and just the thought of sitting down for a meal with a picky eater can lead you to break out in a cold sweat. And I was like that. With my child who was a picky eater, I really was very anxious about meal times until one day I decided, you know what, I'm going to actually start enjoying family meals again. And what was fascinating is as I started to relax and enjoy eating together with the family, slowly my picky eater started to relax a bit as well and started to actually enjoy family mealtime. I focused more on just interacting with the family members, talking about our day, and just eating and enjoying the meal. And my picky eater started to follow suit. And this is so important because it's really necessary to just take a step back and go, what is this all about? Yes, we want to nourish our child and make sure they get all the food that they need and all the micronutrients and macronutrients to grow and to have their brains nourished. That's so important. And that's why I'm so grateful for a nutritional supplement like PediaSure, because us as moms can rest assured at the end of the day, if they haven't had a great eating day or supper didn't go as according to plan, they can end their day with a PediaSure and they will have a good night's sleep and would have got the micronutrients and the protein that they needed for their day. How do we actually make this food journey fun? Besides us relaxing, which is easier said than done, but really important, we can engage at meal times. So be engaging, ask them about their day, let them ask us about the day, maybe play like 2 questions. Everyone gets to ask a question about what you did, what was exciting in your day, what wasn't as exciting in your day, what was something strange that happened to you in your day. Well, it's really important to remember that you need to role model this enjoyment of food behavior. So you need to look engaged with your food. You need to look like you actually want to eat your food. So I find certain parents maybe go on a diet and they cut out certain foods for a period of time and then it goes out the window and then the food all comes back. That's actually very confusing messages that we send into our children. So you need to be considering, how can I eat healthy and holistically ongoing so that my child sees consistency? We want consistency in their behavior, but they need to model it by watching our behavior, and that is really important. I also found that what really helped me to enjoy supper times again was to actually just cook one meal. So we would do a buffet style meal and I would make sure that there was a food that each person would enjoy at the table, and then everyone could dish up what they liked, and they had to choose 3 things. So maybe 2 things they liked and something new that they were going to try. But just making it simple for yourself. That's what I'm actually saying. Set yourself up to win. And in that way, by using a buffet style, it's a really great way to do that. And then I encourage you, if there's something your real sensory picky eater can only eat, for example, chicken nuggets, make sure that every now and again you put one of those on your plate, because that makes your child feel that he's not isolated and different to everybody in the family and feels part of the family. And then you might be surprised, he might suddenly take something that you enjoy and put it on his plate, because that is how it works. They model our behavior. And then I also had the politeness rule around food. And so that might sound strange to you, but it's actually being polite about the way we refer to food. So polite to sweet potatoes, courteous to carrots, and don't badmouth broccoli. Those were some of the rules that I like to engage in the home, just so that we could respect the food that we eat in, and also respect that other people might enjoy the broccoli even though you don't. And so it's just a better way of speaking around the food. And so some of the other fun ways that you can work with food to engage your picky eater without the threat always of having to eat the food could be an example of gardening. As springtime comes, you can go and buy some seeds or buy some little plants and go and plant a little veggie garden. And even if they're not going to eat it, kids are more inclined to want to be engaged with the food that they've grown themselves, and they'll be very proud of it. You can even buy them a small little watering can and they can water the plants, and that's a lovely way to start a discussion about drinking water and how important water is for our bodies, because look how well the plants are doing when we water them. And if we don't water them, then the plants are not going to survive, and that's why we need water as well. So gardening has a lovely implication in so many different ways. Then shopping with your kids. I know it's a nightmare sometimes taking kids on a big grocery shop, but it's worthwhile every now and again is just taking them to the shop, maybe when you haven't got so much to get, and just letting them pick the different foods and the different veggies off the shelves. They can actually touch it. They can actually bring it to the trolley, and it's quite sweet. There are even some shopping centers and some shops that actually have mini trolleys for kids to push themselves. And so that's a lovely way for kids to engage in food in a totally different environment to when they have to sit down and eat the food. And then even before you go shopping, you can do some meal planning with them. Get them involved in saying, okay, let's all sit around. What's your favorite meal? What's your favorite meal? What's your favorite meal? And encouraging that to be part of the meal plan. And then you could also discuss what are grow foods, what foods help our bodies grow. And these are your protein foods. So it's your eggs and your beans and your nuts and your chicken and your fish and things and foods like that. And those are really wonderful foods to include. And you say to them, okay, in a meal, do we have grow foods in this meal? And then do we have go foods? So we want grow foods and then we want go foods. And go foods are like your grains and your bread and your rice and your pasta and your healthy fats and your avo and coconut fat. So you can ask, do we have go foods in our meal? Because we need grow and we need go. And then lastly, we need our glow foods. And these are foods that keep our hair healthy and our skin healthy and our eyes bright. And these are our colourful foods. And what colours do we have? So when you look at the menu over the week, you can say, oh, do we have enough red? Or do we have enough orange? Or is there enough green? It's looking a bit white. And this is a nice way that you can engage with them. And then finally, get them involved in the kitchen. It's such a wonderful time to spend time with them there, to get them engaged. They love scrubbing and washing veggies. They love breaking up lettuce for the salad. You can get them even to crumb chicken if you're going to make chicken. And don't worry about the mess, because you can get them to help you clean it up. And that's also a really important part as well, is getting them to help set the table, getting them to help take the dishes back to the kitchen, getting them to help wipe the counters. That's all part of being a family, and kids really enjoy that. For kids, those are not chores. That is just a lot of fun. And so if you engage them and get them involved, it will also make food more familiar to them. They'll feel more empowered, and at a certain point, if you are relaxed and you remain relaxed and you model the good behavior, they will start to want to try and eat those foods. And it is nice to know that you've got the nutritional supplements like PediaSure that you can give them on their days where they're not so excited about eating, and that keeps your anxiety down, making you enjoy the food journey with your child.